a little ahead of what we have discussed in the first lecture. If you remember, we were talking about the types of cough, and in the last lecture, we had a word about the common coughs. Like, for example, we had a word about a pharyngeal cough. We had a word about, if you remember, a tonsillar cough, laryngeal cough. So, tonsillar cough has got the bacterial origin, and we also have, if you remember, we had a word about there is a tenderness just lateral to, one second, the tenderness just lateral to the larynx. Tenderness just lateral to the larynx. That is what is there in case of a tonsillar cough. We also had a word about the laryngeal cough. In that, what we exactly have, is the hoarseness along with it. Now, this particular PDF is being given to you, and we were just having a word about the productive cough, and we were at this particular point, and today we'll be talking about the productive cough. Now, today's topic will be a productive cough, chronic in nature. Productive cough, chronic in nature. Now, today's topic we'll be talking about the cough which is producing expectoration, and that too a chronic one. As we just had a word about, the expectoration will come only when there is a problem in the bronchi. There is a problem in the bronchi. In that case only the expectoration will come. Expectoration will not come if there is a pharyngeal problem, if there is a tonsillar problem, if there is a laryngeal problem. So whenever we get expectoration, think about the infection must have gone to the bronchi. And we have those acute in nature as well as chronic in nature. Now remember, when we talk about clinicals, we will have to understand to differentiate between different types of cough depending upon the expectoration. Now today we'll be talking about all those types of expectoration, and you'll be able to diagnose by and large looking at the expectoration itself, looking at the type of sputum. Now, what exactly are the characteristics of the sputum? Now, let me first go into the most basic thing. First, the differential diagnosis of a chronic cough happens through color of the sputum. Remember, it is very important. Nobody asked about the color of the sputum. Clinical में, we will have to see the sputum, because once you see the sputum, you can make a diagnosis. And remember, those who are practicing and attending, you must all be aware about the, if you depend upon investigation to diagnose a disease, you're going to make a wrong diagnosis, because investigations should not be asked to diagnose the clinical situation, whereas investigation should be asked to confirm your clinical finding or clinical diagnosis. Then only you're going to make a right. Then only you're going to make a right. I'm sorry. Then only you're going to make a right diagnosis. So let's say, for example, a color of the sputum. The first important point in the color of the sputum. Let's say, for example, if it is a white colored sputum. Now we also have yellow colored sputum. We also have green colored sputum. We also have black colored sputum. We also have brown colored sputum. We also have red colored sputum. Not only color, but there are also several characteristics. Now let me talk about what exactly white color in the sputum gives you an idea about. White color, so normal color of the sputum, normal color of the mucus being produced by the bronchi is always white in color. So white color in the sputum gives an idea about there is only an excessive production of the sputum. That is a normal sputum. So see, when we go step by step, it becomes very easy and it becomes more interesting to understand clinicals. So white color in the sputum is only there is a mucus production which is more excessive. Now, why is the mucus production excessive as a normal mucus production? There are two possibilities. If it is acute, if it is chronic. See, all the respiratory disorders can be diagnosed by looking into this. So, acute condition leading to white color sputum. What can be the possibility? Most of the time, it is a viral infection. I'm talking about an acute, commonly an acute bronchitis. Acute bronchitis, which usually follows common cold. Of course, these things are going to become complicated later on. So because of that, I'm trying to make it analyzed in a colorful manner so that we can keep it for your reference. Because these things are kept in the mind and it comes out. I was going through a flowchart also. A lot of flowcharts are available in the on Google if you find out, but they're so complicated. It is difficult to diagnose only looking at the flowcharts. So I'm talking about the color of the sputum. Those who joined recently, in the color of the sputum, if you have a white color sputum, it is a mucus. White color says it is only excessive production of a normal sputum. Now, why should be then excessive production of a normal sputum? In acute situations, mostly it is a viral infection, usually follows in common cold. You must have been aware about whenever somebody has got a common cold, सबसे पहले rhinorrhea होता है, then throat में problem होता है, maybe by day 3 or day 4, it produces a cough, and that is usually white color sputum. Usually a white color sputum. So acute situation में white color sputum is a viral bronchitis. I'm not talking about coronavirus these days. Coronavirus is behaving uh, differently. I'm going to be talking about coronavirus maybe if the time permits today. So we have common cold follows viral bronchitis. We have white color sputum. Treatment में थोड़ा टाइम के बाद लेता हूँ. Let me first differentially diagnose it. So in this situation, acute situation में viral infection. What is chronic? That means patient is producing a white color sputum for months and months. Now, what can be the situation? Leading to a normal production of the sputum for months and months. So, it cannot be viral origin. No viral infection remains for so long. It is not possible. So, अगर patient को long term for months and months having a white color sputum, the only possibility in this situation is irritation of bronchial mucosa. Is irritation of the bronchial mucosa. Now, what is going to irritate on a long term to the bronchial mucosa? It is pollution. There is a possibility. It is smoking. Is a possibility. So, commonly, remember that we learned in pathology, they always say is a chronic cough with expectoration lasting for 3 months per year for 3 years. It is what? It is a COPD. So, white color sputum for months and months without any other problem. Look for etiology. Common etiologies can be pollution and COPD, pollution and smoking. So, color of the sputum. Now, intermittently, you always should understand. Now, I'm just differentially diagnosing it. Treatment हम लोग इसके बाद में लेते हैं. Let me first give you colors of the sputum का diagnosis. Colors of the sputum का diagnosis. Now, intermittently, it is a possibility that the sputum may turn yellow. Now, what is yellow in the sputum? Now, yellow color everywhere, most of the time, clinically, is pus. And whenever we talk about yellow color, it is pus. It is always a bacterial infection. It is always a bacterial infection. So, ये जो COPD है, जिसमें वाइट कलर स्पूटम पेशेंट प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है फॉर मंथ्स एंड मंथ्स, इंटरमिटेंटली द स्पूटम टर्न्स येलो। मतलब क्या है? बिकॉज ऑफ द मोर प्रोडक्शन ऑफ द म्यूकस, इट कैन बी अ सुपर एडेड बैक्टीरियल इन्फेक्शन। So, super. Lot of doctors are going to prescribe antibiotic when the sputum is white, not required. You may prescribe it, but it's not going to work. It is going to be wasted. But जब भी sputum yellow होता है, then we are supposed to prescribe an antibiotics. which antibiotic वो हम लोग पहले diagnose, सब diagnose करते हैं, उसके बाद में हम लोग देखते हैं which antibiotic we are supposed to prescribe. So super added bacterial infection if it is yellow. Now remember, yellow color sputum cannot remain for more than 10 to 15 days. कोई भी bacterial infection, we don't have a chronic bacterial infection producing yellow color sputum for very long. It is not possible. It is not possible. So if it is yellow color sputum, think about bacterial infection. And there we are supposed to prescribe antibiotics. Intermittent antibiotic may be required for a COPD patient. For a COPD patient. Now if it is green color sputum, what exactly is green color? Now remember, green color is comparatively very rare, and green color sputum always, by and large, most of the time, it is an hospital acquired infection. It is an hospital acquired infection, and the name of the organism is Pseudomonas infection. This is an ominous sign. First of all, you need to get the patient admitted. Requires an IV antibiotic, very high IV antibiotics, very high dose of an IV antibiotics. Usually, it is an acute in nature. Now, what is black color in the sputum and brown color sputum and red color sputum? We also have some more. Let me come to this first. What is black color sputum? Now remember, black color sputum is a possibility. Again, jet black is very rare. If you are asked in MCQ, usually final year exams, jet black color sputum is produced in coal workers pneumoconiosis. Not cold, coal worker. Again, becomes theoretical. We don't see a black color sputum. That may be a possibility there because of an extra pollution. The pollution is inhaled and it produces a black color sputum, but it's not comparatively very rare. What is brown color sputum and what is red color sputum? Now remember, brown color sputum says what exactly is brown color in the sputum. Normal sputum is not brown color. What exactly is brown? Now remember, it is the RBCs when they are there in the sputum for a longer time. RBCs, when they are there in the sputum for a longer time, RBCs get hemolyzed. When RBCs get hemolyzed, they produce a brown color pigment. So what is brown color sputum says about? Brown color sputum says about कि sputum में RBCs है और वो recent नहीं है, कुछ दिनों पहले sputum के अंदर आया जो कि अभी बाहर निकला. That means it is deep seated. It is not fresh. It is old blood. What exactly is this thing gives an idea about? क्या हो सकता है? Remember, brown color sputum is again problematic. Brown color sputum can be a CA lung. It can be also the hemorrhage in the bronchi that is coming out later on. Again, we will have to rule these things out in a case of a brown color sputum. Brown color sputum. I will not say brown color sputum is an hemoptysis by and large. Hemoptysis we say is a red color sputum. It is, by and large, it is a red color sputum. So what is red? Again, it is an hemoptysis. It is hemoptysis and it is recent blood loss in the sputum. Now, of course, this is an ominous sign, a bad sign. and patient can have problems because of this. And all of us know, of course, there are various differential diagnoses of even an hemoptysis. But hemoptysis says there is a recent blood loss. Now, in situation like in India, most of the time the diagnosis goes in favor of tuberculosis. The diagnosis goes in favor of tuberculosis. Now, why is tuberculosis produces bright red color, or I can say red color sputum? By and large, I'm not saying 100% of the time, but 90% of the time, because this bleeding occurs during coughing. So it is not exactly bright red color, but it is not exactly brown also. So this bleeding occurs during the coughing, and because of that, it is a red color sputum uh, mixed with the sputum. Red color mixed with the sputum. Of course, इसके साथ में और भी सारे differential diagnoses हो सकते हैं. That reminds me of a very interesting case. The case came to me for the hemoptysis. See, when we go more theoretically and when we understand things, when you diagnose things looking at the investigation, we make a wrong diagnosis. I'm just giving you a wonderful story of a patient, came to the clinician with for hemoptysis. Now, the moment we think about hemoptysis, he was a 34 years old man, came with blood in the sputum. Now, what is the first thing we think about in Indian situation? We think about tuberculosis. So, tuberculosis के लिए टेस्ट किया गया. Let's say for example, patient was subjected for test. First, we go for a sputum for AFB. I'm giving you the story. Maybe 10 minutes we can spend on this, and this gives us an idea about how exactly we can make a wrong diagnosis if you depend upon only investigation. So the case is a case of a 34 years old man who was having hemoptysis, maybe 2 or 3 episodes, and sputum for AB was done, and we all know when we take the topic, then you will be able to understand. The sputum for AB, we take 3 samples, alternate day, and at least 2 of them should be positive. At least 2 of them should be positive. Only one positive रहेगा, so we repeat after the course of an antibiotic. So 3 samples were taken. Bad luck was only one was positive. So we don't know tuberculosis is there or not there. We don't know. We don't know tuberculosis is there. So patient was given an antibiotic course, repeated. And again, one sample was positive. So we don't know what exactly is this. See, in the Indian situation, one sample is positive, is not taken as a tuberculosis positive. I'm talking about sputum test. Today's age, we are doing the recent test like Genex test and all those things. So one sample positive can be a contamination. तो डायग्नोस करने के लिए क्या किया गया? Montagu's टेस्ट किया गया. Montagu's test was also equivocal. That means it was 10 to 14, more than 10 to 14 millimeter. Of course, ये सारे टेस्ट अपने को समझेंगे तभी हम लोग लेक्चर में जाएंगे, लेकिन understand the story right now. How exactly we make a wrong diagnosis sometimes. So Montagu's test was done. It was equivocal. Again, we are confused. CT scan was done. The CT scan says there is some lung lesion. See, remember, this patient, 34 years old man, may have had some lung infection previously. And if you look from a high quality binocular, you will see those old infection ka marks also. So CT scan said there is some old lesions. There is some lung lesion. There's an consolidation, or there is a parenchymal inflammation can be seen. So again, we are doubtful if patient is having tuberculosis or not. So to confirm, again, ESR was done. ESR was 30. Tuberculosis may it becomes more than 50, more than 67, or maybe more than some around 100. ESR was done. So So we don't know what exactly is the patient. Now, what we have done, yeah, after this situation, patient was started with AKT. Okay, doubtful tuberculosis है, they started with an AKT. After 3 months, AKT did not respond, and sputum was still red. Acid fast bacillus was negative. We started with AKT, patient did not respond. Now, what we are supposed to do? Again, somebody suggested a hi-fi investigation called as bronchial angiography. Again, a hi-fi investigation. Nobody goes for it. Bronchoscopy. Again, if you look at bronchus, maybe because of old infections and all, there is some lesions can be definitely be seen, but that may not be the cause of blood in the, may not be I'm talking about. So again, we are becoming more confused. So then we ask the patient, okay, is there any weight loss? Then let's do it clinically. Is there any weight loss? No. Is there any fever? No. Is there any history of contact with tuberculosis? No. Is the patient gaining weight? How is an appetite? Yes, yes, appetite is good. That itself rules of tuberculosis. That itself rules of tuberculosis. So, if this patient is having all these things normal, CT scan shows some lesion. That may not be the cause. But if you ask doctors, doctor क्या है, बताओ, what is the diagnosis? He says, CT scan में जो problem है, that can be the diagnosis. Now, when this patient came to common man, common doctor, let's say for example, common doctor examined thoroughly, did the ENT examination, and you won't believe the bleeding was coming from tonsils. There was some abnormal vessel on the tonsil that was producing the bleeding. So itna sara investigation and we are still becoming confused. So if you go clinically, this becomes easy. Of course, uh, this may not be situation all the time, and that is the reason teaching clinical medicine is most difficult. In fact, when you start the lecture, I also don't know where I'm going to go because all depends upon the discussion, all depends upon what comes to my mind, all depends upon the how exactly the story goes. So this itself says there are so many examples like this. If you depend upon investigation, you're going to become more confused. You're going to become more confused. So let's go back to our situation. So red color can be tuberculosis, but we can investigate and then we can find out. Let's understand the colors of the sputum right now. Let's say, for example, uh, seventh situation. So we can also have a diagnosis depending upon amount of sputum. Now remember this again, only clinicians understand this. Amount of sputum, कितना sputum है? Let's say for example, patient makes effort and cough and brings about small amount of sputum. That too is sticky in nature. That too sometimes not exactly white but straw color. Remember, amount of sputum also gives you the diagnosis. Amount of sputum, small amount. Sticky. Now when we carefully ask the patient, what exactly, since how long रहते थे ना, वो तो हर साल रहता है, मुझे 2-3 महीने में आता रहता है, for example. We also have a family history of this type of sputum and cough. So effort of coughing brings about small amount of sputum, sticky in nature. Diagnosis goes in favor of an asthma. Goes in favor of the asthma. So again, asthmatic cough, sputum is different. Is different. Eighth important situation. Amount of sputum is more. Because asthmatic sputum will never be huge amount of sputum. Huge amount of sputum. And we also have the other situations, the other criteria for diagnosing asthma. But currently we are looking only at the cough. If it is more, That way patient says, I cough only once, but I bring about mouthful of sputum. बहुत ज़्यादा आता है. What is the situation? Now this is again a very specific type of lung infection or like a lung condition called a bronchiectasis. So if it is more mouthful of sputum, this situation may also be there on and off hemoptysis. Because bronchiectasis में we're going to learn down the road each of these disorders. धीरे धीरे करके bronchi are getting damaged and that can produce blood in the sputum intermittently, not regularly but intermittently. So more amount also gives you the diagnosis. Ninth situation. This, for example, there's something called frothy sputum. That means sputum has got bubbles. Sputum has got bubbles. Frothy sputum. What can be the situation? Now, frothy sputum is a dangerous situation. Now, why exactly patient produces frothy sputum? Froth. How exactly froth is produced? Froth is a mixture of water and air. That means जहाँ से एयर आ रहा है लंग में से वहाँ पे वाटर भी है एंड एयर भी है. What exactly the situation? This can produce this. This is the situation in the sputum. The frothy sputum can be because of water and air in the alveoli or around the alveoli. The situation is produced because of pulmonary edema. If it is white color, इसमें भी colors हैं. Again, I'm very sure sometimes after the discussion on these 10 to 12 types of cups, you become more confused. You were confident before, but now you become more confused. And it is better that we become more confused because it's purely clinical. This is discussion purely clinical oriented, and it is better to be confused and then learn. There are only two people confident in clinicals: the one who has written Harrison, that who also academically confident, and the one who doesn't know anything. You can be confident people, but clinical teaching clinical these things may not be there in any other book because we are combining medicine, combining clinicals, combining practice, combining pharmac, combining patho together. This is what is actually a clinical teaching, but nobody writes a book on it. The problem is that nobody writes a book on it because books are written by academic people. These are the people who never practice. We always say to our students, books are written by academic people. These are the people who never practice, so they write theoretically books. And the problem is the one who really practice, I can say really practice, doesn't have time to write a book because you're going to see. You must have seen in practice also there are few doctors who can make a more importantly clinical diagnosis. Who are the doctors who are uh, uh, always preferred by the patients? The one who asks for least investigation, the one who calls the patient least number of times, the one who diagnoses and gives one or two medicines and patient can be all right. So again, that can be different situation. So for all this, let's come to the point. For all this sputum अगर है, so froth sputum मतलब bubbles है, मतलब क्या है? Water and air है, water and air, water and air together. So it can be pulmonary edema if it is white color. We also have a situation in which we have a pink frothy sputum. पिंक कलर, अभी पिंक कलर कहाँ से है? पिंक कलर कहाँ से है? पिंक कलर मतलब एनीथिंग पिंक, रेड, ब्राउन इज आरबीसी. लेकिन आरबीसी अगर ब्लीडिंग है तो रेड होना चाहिए, तो ब्राउन होना चाहिए. दिस इज पिंक कलर. दैट मीन्स देयर आर ओनली फ्यू आरबीसी. देयर आर ओनली फ्यू आरबीसी. नाउ दिस सिचुएशन कम्स अप in case of pneumonia. So again, pink frothy sputum can be a situation. Patient may have pneumonia. Of course, patient may have high grade fever, cough and breathlessness. All those things will be going. But considering only one parameter right now, we can come to this particular discussion. तो फ्रॉदी स्पुटम अगर है तो पेशेंट हैज गॉट water and air. It can be pulmonary edema, it can be pink frothy sputum in case of pneumonia. In case of pneumonia. Let's also think about what exactly is the other situation. Let's say, for example, patient, now we are talking about only productive cough right now. So we discussed about, we also have, there is something called as the another type of cough. We come across a patient in which now patient has got cough only in the night. Now that also reminds me of a very good stories. Only in the night. सिर्फ रात को ही खांसी आता है, दिन भर patient is all right, no problem at all. But as soon as the patient goes into sleep, patient has got cough, patient cannot sleep. Now what is going to be the situation? In which situation there can be cough only in the night? Do we have a diurnal variation of the cough? Not possible. Do we have COPD only in the night? No. Do we have asthmatic cough only in the night? Yes. Possibility again. I'm not saying always. Why asthmatic coughs are more in the night? Again goes to the common sense. Why asthmatic cough is more in the night? Of course, ये सिचुएशन में पेशेंट को डे में भी कफ रहेगा लेकिन नाइट में ज्यादा रहेगा. Then it is an asthmatic cough. But only in the night may not be an asthma. But let's say my question is why asthmatic coughs is only in the night or more in the night rather, not only but more in the night. What is the situation? What can be the possibility? What can be the base behind that? Remember, asthma, as we all know, is bronchoconstriction. Pathology, remember that. Huh? Pathology, remember that. Bronchoconstriction. And remember, bronchoconstriction produces an asthmatic attack. And in the night, when you are sleeping or when you are going to sleep, for example, which part of the autonomic nervous system is active? Sympathetic or parasympathetic? Now think about physiology. When you are going to, remember, sleep response, rest and digest, कौन करता है? Rest and digest is done by parasympathetic part of the nervous system. So when you are going to go into sleep, your parasympathetic nervous system is active. Can you go into sleep with sympathetic system active? Not possible. Your heart rate is more, your blood pressure is more. You cannot go into sleep. So parasympathetic nervous system का response bronchi पे क्या रहता है? Again, think logically. First year physiology is bronchoconstriction. It is a sympathetic goes into bronchodilation. So पैरासिम्पैथेटिक सिस्टम ऑलरेडी ब्रोंकाई को कंस्ट्रिक्ट कर रहा है, ऊपर से पेशेंट को एस्थमा भी है तो और ज्यादा कंस्ट्रिक्ट हो रहा है, तो पेशेंट हैज गॉट मोर कफ इन द नाइट इन केस ऑफ एन एस्थमा. But patient has got cough only in the night. There can be different situation. This is not an asthma. This is not an asthma. So what can be the situation? What can be the situation when the patient has got cough only in the night? Now this gives me, of course, I'm not saying cough only in the night can always be this. Remember, whatever clinical things are, it is never 100%. So somebody says, "Sir, तुमने बताया था रात को खांसते हैं तो this type of cough only." It is not. Remember, clinical is most difficult to teach, but it is most interesting when you understand the common sense, common base behind everything. So सिर्फ रात को खांसी आता है. What can be the situation? One of the situation, let's say, is something commonly called as gastric cough. Now if this patient goes to the doctor, डॉक्टर बोलेगा कि ये है वो है, ब्रोंकोडायलेटर लो, कफ सिरप लो, कुछ काम नहीं करेगा, nothing is going to work. The patient says no, तुमको बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम है, तुम्हारा CT स्कैन कराओ, all those things. Again you become more confused. So gastric cough का मतलब क्या है? It is a situation. Remember, all clinicians will know this. When you go and lie down in the night, if you have situation what I'm talking about right now, commonly called as GERD, Remember, here I am mixing one system with the other. Clinicals are like this. But uh, learning disease is very easy. Learning symptoms are most difficult. Most difficult. It is not possible to have a same lecture each and every time. This is not possible. If you go and look at my other lectures, todas are different regard. Maybe all depends upon what thoughts are coming up in the mind. So that the clinical scenario is being created, and those who know diseases, those who are there in the fourth year, those who are seeing the patient, those who are interns, those who know the diseases and pharmacology, they are going to get benefited maximum, because attending clinic is you see patients and doctor treats it and you know okay 100 patients देख लिया, लेकिन what exactly is the clinical diagnosis behind that becomes difficult. So you'll have to analyze it like this. GERD में क्या होता है? There is an acid that is produced in the stomach, comes up in the esophagus. So morning time, डे टाइम में क्या रहेगा? एसिड इसोफेगस में आता है, पेशेंट को थोड़ा हार्ट बर्न होगा, लेकिन बिकॉज ऑफ द ग्रेविटी इट अगेन गो बैक, यू गोइंग टू स्वेलो दैट अगेन. बट नाइट में क्या होगा? This acid is going to come up in the esophagus, and it will also come up in the upper part of the esophagus, and it is a possibility that in the deep sleep this acid tries to enter into larynx, and that produces cough. So अगर this patient can come to chronic cough, सर इधर उधर सब जगह जाके कोई बेनिफिट नहीं हुआ, लेकिन अभी क्या करें? सब कुछ कर लिया, एक्सरे कर लिया, सीटी स्कैन कर लिया, मोंटोक्स टेस्ट कर लिया, स्पुटनिक भी कर लिया 2 बार, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है. सारे कफ सिरप ले लिया, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है. नथिंग इज वर्किंग. डॉक्टर बोल रहे थे कि तुम्हारा बहुत ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम है, तुमको लंग कैंसर हो सकता है, ऑल दोस थिंग्स. वो भी सब कुछ देख लिया. नाम बिकमिंग साइकोटिक. आई एम नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट इज हैपनिंग विद मी. यू जस्ट एनालाइज द सिचुएशन. दिन भर में क्या होता है? दिन भर में कितने बजे खाना खाते हो? बोले 12 बजे खाना खाता हूँ, 1 बजे सो जाता हूँ. Again, that is linked. If you have dinner late, acid is being produced in the stomach, comes up in the esophagus, and that can lead to GERD. That can lead to GERD. So, अगर GERD को रोका जाए, there's a possibility that the cough may stop, because in this situation, the cough is because of acid trying to enter into larynx. So, ये patient को what is the treatment we have given? ट्रीटमेंट उसको बोल दिया कि सबसे पहले तो 10 बजे खाना खाओ और 12 बजे के बाद सो. फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड ट्रीटमेंट वाज गिवन विद हेड हाई पोजीशन. हेड को हाई बना दिया, क्योंकि क्या होगा? ग्रेविटी से एटलीस्ट एसिड ऊपर नहीं आएगा. एंड वी हैव गिवन हिम अ कोर्स ऑफ एंटासिड्स, आई कैन से प्रोटॉन पंप इनहिबिटर्स, फार्माकोलॉजी, so that the acid production will stop. 14-day course. Pantoprazole tablet, PAN 40, or I cannot mention any brand name here. For example, it's a pantoprazole. 40 milligram twice in a day for 14 days. तो ये पेशेंट को कफ के लिए हमने GI मेडिसिन दिया, बट पेशेंट सेज नेक्स्ट डे cough is not there. Now, what has diagnosed this? Investigations have diagnosed this? Not possible. It is a clinical thing as a diagnosis. So, one more clue for this type of cough I can say is you also examine his teeth. If he is a chronic GERD patient, you will always have bad teeth, more dental caries. Of course, I am mixing dental things in cough right now. Why bad teeth? Because acid may come up in the mouth. Acid will digest the enamel of the teeth, and that can be producing more dental caries. More dental caries. That can be a possibility. That can be giving you the clue to the diagnosis. So, we were discussing about the 10th type of cough. Let's say, for example, let's say one more type. Remember, a night cough can also be possibility having cardiac cough. Now, what is the situation in which patient has got cardiac cough? What exactly is a cardiac cough? This is a cough produced because of heart problem. Of course, I wanted to take a COPD and asthma treatment today, but somehow the discussion went on this. But let's say this is, I think we want to build up a clinical acumen. We want to build up a clinical acumen. So, night cough can also be the cardiac cough. Now, how exactly heart problem can produce cough? How exactly heart problem can produce cough? Let's say, for example, we have the situation in which a patient has got an heart failure. A heart failure produces cough. How exactly? Let's say, for example, we have a right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle. Now, let's say all of us know that right atria is receiving blood from all over body, is a deoxygenated blood. Let me draw with blue color, SVC and IVC, and left atrium receives oxygenated blood from the lungs. Now, what exactly happens? Let's say, for example, if the patient's heart is weak, maybe it is a right heart or left heart. Let's say, for example, a left heart failure. And what happens in the night? Night में क्या होता है? Of course, we're sleeping. When you're sleeping, the gravity effect goes off. When the gravity effect goes off, now think logically. I'm talking about just like think human body as a machine who has got a difficulty to pump the blood, and you are lying down position. Gravity effect is gone. When the gravity effect is gone, more blood comes towards the heart. When the more blood comes towards the heart, more blood comes to the right atrium, more blood comes to the right ventricle. Lungs is receiving more blood. Lungs is receiving more blood. Now let's say patient has got heart failure, so left atrium is not able to receive blood properly because left atrium is not functioning. Left heart failure में left side of the heart is not functioning properly. So lungs में क्या होगा? There will be a congestion of the blood. And think pathology point of view. Whenever there is a congestion of blood in the veins, there is edema that develops. And so this patient develops an edema in the night in the lungs, and that produces cough, pulmonic cough, or that produces a cough. So this patient usually gets up in the middle of the night, breathless and cough. And when he sits, he becomes comfortable within 10 to 15 minutes. क्योंकि बैठने पे क्या होता है? Again, blood is gravitating down, heart receives less blood, edema may temporarily disappear. Now, if this patient tells the symptoms to the doctor who doesn't know all these things, मुझे रात को पसीना छूटता है and जी घबराता है and I become breathless and there's a cough. He said, okay, do you getting bad dreams, nightmares? हाँ, possibility है. He goes to a psychologist and he prescribes him the sedatives. क्योंकि नींद अच्छे से आएगा तो ड्रीम्स नहीं आएगा तो खांसी भी नहीं होगी. दिस व्हाट द साइकोलॉजिस्ट विल थिंक अबाउट. सेडेटिव्स दे दिया तो वो ही विल स्लीप. अगर स्लीप हो गया तो उसको ब्रेथलेसनेस महसूस ही नहीं होगा एंड दैट कैन बी मोर प्रॉब्लमेटिक. सी थिंक लॉजिकली. You will have to get to the root cause of everything. You will have to get into root cause of everything. Of course, this need to be analyzed properly. I'm not saying we then go for a 2D echocardiography and then we go for the other things to diagnose all those things. Now, if you can see, the PDF is extended now. पहले वाले PDF है, I have extended it. Now, let me put on the question answer session right now. Yeah. So that if you have any doubt, you can just ask. This was the last demo. So anybody thinking about joining, of course, we already have clinical cases recorded that can also be shared with you if you go through the subscription. If you go through the subscription, give me a minute. Let me activate my pen. Yeah. So I'm putting the question answer session on. If you have any doubt, you can just raise your hand or put your finger on the question. Yeah, 1 second. So if you have any doubt, you can just raise your hand, or maybe not raising your hand, but click on that question. Okay. If you have a question, you can just click on the question so that I'll be able to answer it. If you have any doubt, then just click on the question. हाँ, yes, 1 second. Yes, Dr. Nayashri, बोलिए. Can you hear me? Hello. Yes, can you hear me? Dr. Prerna बोला. Yes, can you hear me? बोलिए. हाँ. हो. नाही नाही लक्षात घ्या. बिलिरुबिन कधी निघणार? बिलिरुबिनला वेळ लागतो निघायला. कारण ब्लड जे आलंय ते विदिन 24 to 48 hours निघून जातं. त्यामुळे ते ब्राऊन कलरच निघणार. रिमेंबर वेनेवर यू गेट एन हेमॅटोमा, तो कसा दिसतो? रेड दिसतो, नंतर ब्राऊन दिसतो, 6व्या-7व्या दिवशी तो येलो किंवा ग्रीन दिसायला लागतो. बरोबर. तुम्हाला हाताला कुठे समजा इजा झाली अँड देर इज अन हेमॅटोमा, त्या हेमॅटोमाचा पण कलर बदलतो ना. हाताला कुठे हेमॅटोमा झाला सबक्युटेनियस टिश्यूला, तर तो रेड होतो, ब्राऊन होतो, ब्लॅक होतो, नंतर 5व्या-6व्या दिवशी तो ग्रीन, नंतर येलो होतो, नंतर जातो. सो फॉर बिलिरुबिन टू कम आउट इट टेक्स 6 to 7 days or even more than that. तेवढ्या वेळ लंग्स मध्ये ब्लड राहू शकत नाही, ते बाहेर निघून जातं. लक्षात आलं? So they cannot be yellow color sputum because of bilirubin in the sputum. Not possible because of the blood. लक्षात आलंय? Hemoptysis is the blood in the sputum. Hemo is blood. Ptysis is the sputum. Hemoptysis is blood in the sputum. Right. Yes, Dr. Nayashri, बोलिए. Hmm. Right. No, because see, sedatives are not solving the problem. See, when you want to solve the problem, you have to go to the roots. Is it because of the nightmares he is getting up? He was getting up because of what? Because of the pulmonary edema. So if you give sedatives, he will sleep off, but the edema will not disappear. And that can become even more problematic because he become hypoxic in the night and that can produce more problem. Hmm. Two, old person. If it is an insomnia, we can give sedatives. See, sedatives are indicated for insomnia, not for night cough. Sedatives are indicated for insomnia. The two situations are completely different. लेकिन अगर डॉक्टर को समझता है तो बोले नहीं तुम अगर रात को उठेंगे ही नहीं तो कफ तुमको महसूस नहीं होगा, तो इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी दैट ही विल स्लीप ऑफ, बट हाइपोक्सिया हो जाएगा ना रात को, इट कैन बिकम मोर प्रॉब्लमेटिक. It can become more problematic, right? ये डॉक्टर मंजुषा बोला। हाँ, yes, that is what I was talking about. We have a Genex per test. I talked after that, immediately after that, I had gone through it. कि हम लोग Genex टेस्ट करते हैं, Genex, हाँ, because of contamination. Here in India, we don't have, see, while collection, it can get contaminated. The person who is doing the test, yes, of course, like the lab in which it is getting tested need to have a laminar flow, need to have everyone tested every month. The technician need to wear a mask. Here in India, everything is here. You see the mouse and rats are running to the labs while collection. Yeah, yes. See, see, likely. I'm talking about. I may not say confirm, but it likely because it is a possibility that the collection is not done properly. Collection air में भी bacillus रहता है, and that can be the cause of contamination. जहाँ पे कल्चर करते हैं बैक्टीरिया को, वहाँ पे कंटामिनेशन हो सकता है. See, if you're doing it in USA, even one sample positive is considered as positive. But India के हिसाब से we need to have at least two positive. And if you're confused, today's age we have more sensitive tests and specific and gene expert test. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Yeah. The next one. What is Jadhav, sir? Bola? हाँ. Good evening. No, there are various possibilities. It's a possibility that it can be GI cough. You have to rule out GERD है क्या, acidity है क्या, and all those things we are talking about. कितने बजे खाना खाता है ना वो GERD का symptoms. It can also be possible that patient has got an asthmatic symptoms along with. It can also be possibility कि जहाँ पे वो सोता है, the bed sheet, the pillow is having fungus. Because many times we have seen those fungus which is there in the pillow, the room, congested room, produces cough. Can also be a possibility. It can also be the possibility कि घर पे pigeons हैं, क्योंकि दिन भर तो वो बाहर रहता है, तो उसको कफ नहीं होता. It can also be the allergic because of the pigeons. See, it requires a broad spectrum thinking about कि only nocturnal कफ रहेगा तो क्या हो सकता है. It becomes a very interesting case. लेकिन all those things what I talked about need to be rolled out. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Dr. Manisha. Which one? No, but not it's not always on all patients. So along with that, he should have a snoring also then. But that will be why it's occurring in only him. Why are we are not having cough? There can be one cause, right? But there is no condition like loose uvula or something like that. That can be producing snoring and sleep apnea syndromes and all those things. So worm infestation. We are talking about pulmonary eosinophilia, tropical eosinophilia, but that can be from a daytime cough also. Right, that can also be a good possibility. Very true. Very true. Right. Thank you, madam. Yeah, yes, Dr. Janvi. Can you hear me? Okay, fine. Good. Thank you so much for the interactive sessions. And let me know if anything you require. This was the last demo. You can go through it. And let me know if you have any help. Then we can get into the lectures. Thank you so much. Come on, Vivek. तुला म्हटलं
असंच म्हणे आज सगळ्यांना फोन लावते म्हणे म्हणजे आज विशाल आहे उद्या खांडेकर मॅडमला लावेल म्हणे मी खूप मिस करते सगळ्यांना म्हणून एक एक दिवस ठरवला आहे म्हणे मी जायचं.
का म्हटलं मी काय करतोय
गोकुळाष्टमीचं सामान घ्यायला बाहेर गेलं.
माझा आवाज येतो ना मी थोडी
अनिता मावशी साठी विचारत होत्या मॅडम त्यांना 2 to 6 हवंय करू का रेफर की नको
कर